Welcome back to the next video lecture of electrical power generation and economics. In this video lecture, we are going to study and learn about magneto-hydrodynamic power generation. The contents of this video I will keep. First part is your introduction. Principle of operation, which is very important. For an exam point of view, various systems, advantages, and we'll see what are the future prospects. And magneto-hydrodynamic generator is a device for converting heat energy of a fuel directly into electrical energy without conventional electric generator. And magneto-hydrodynamic converter system is a heat engine. Technically, it is a heat engine in which heat taken up at a higher temperature is partly converted into useful work and the remainder is rejected at a temperature. Like all heat engines, the thermal efficiency of an MHD converter, magneto-hydrodynamic converter, is increased by supplying the heat at the highest practical temperature and rejecting it at the lowest practical temperature. The principle of magneto-hydrodynamic power generation remains like this. When an electric conductor moves across a magnetic field, a voltage is induced in it which produces an electric current. By studying this statement, you must have been reminded of a very famous electrical law which is given by the father of electrical engineering, Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, that is also in short form called Fleming's law. Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. When an electric conductor moves across a magnetic field, a voltage is induced in it which induces an electric current when it is closed. This is the principle of conventional generator. This is the widely used or widely adopted, accepted, or you can say conventional generator principle, where the conductor consists of copper strips for better results. In magneto-hydrodynamic generator, the solid conductors are replaced by a gaseous conductor. Please note this. In magneto-hydrodynamic generator, the solid conductors like your copper rods is replaced by gaseous conductor and ionized gas, that is plus ionized gas. An electric conductor moving through a magnetic field. An electric conductor moving through a magnetic field experiences a retarding force as well as an induced electric field and current. We have seen in electromagnetic field theory, or in class 12 we have also seen that the condition of a similar situation. This is your ionized field. And this is your magnetic pole. This is called anode and this is called cathode. Okay, and this is the pathways from where ionized fluid is injected or passed by. This is your output terminals. This is your plus, and this is your minus. From here, output is tapped. See more clearly, I have taken this diagram from Encyclopedia Britannica reference. Thanks to this. And see this diagram. This is the arrangement. This is the passage. See this. This is the passage. And this wall is your cathode plus cathode. This wall. And this is your minus anode. This one is your anode. And from this cathode to this anode there is external circuit. There is external circuit of any value R, that is a plus and minus, having drop value, voltage drop value V, current flowing like this, and the applied voltage is having directions like this. This is your perpendicular direction, in this direction. This is your side walls. I have told you earlier. This is your side walls. Now this is the path of gaseous conductor flow. We are flowing gaseous conductor inside this path. Now, what is the principle which is observed here? The Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. The principle of MSD, power generation, being continued. This effect is a result of Faraday's law. This effect is a result of Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. The induced EMF is given by EMF is equal to U into B. That is U is velocity of the conductor, gaseous conductor, and B is magnetic field intensity. The induced current is given by I is equal to C into EMF. C is electrical or electric conductivity. We got the EMF from here. From this EMF, we can get the value of induced current. This is your electric conductivity. Kindly make note of this. This is principle of magneto-hydrodynamic generator or power generation being continued. The electromagnetic induction principle is not limited to solid conductors. The movement of a conducting fluid through a magnetic field can also generate electrical energy. When a fluid is used for the energy conversion technique, it is called magneto-hydrodynamic energy conversion. Kindly make note of this. This is very important statement. When a fluid is used for the energy conversion technique, it is called magneto-hydrodynamic energy conversion. The flow direction is at right angle to the magnetic field direction. An electromotive force or electric voltage is induced in the direction at right angles to both flow and field direction. As shown in this diagram, see this. This is hot gas flow. This field is actually, this field is actually at right angle. This is your 90-degree angle. This surface 90-degree angle. This is your electromagnetic. This is your Faraday and Hall electric fields in this plane. This is a motion. This is a field, and this is your electromotive force and load current. See this diagram. This we have also recently seen the path from where hot gas flowing. This is our side plus. This is our other side minus, anode cathode arrangement. This is our resistance where the load is given connected. This is our electrodes. And this is our insulator spacers. This is our insulator board, and here it is isolated loads. The resistance in the first diagram we have connected resistance. Now it is given clearly the loads isolated. See this another diagram. giving you the idea of principle, magneto-hydrodynamic power generation principle. See this? This is your electrode. This is your DC voltage output. This is magnetic pole, north pole, and this is your south pole. Magnet dipole. This is your ionized gas plasma. Ionized gas plasma. See this direction? It is EMF induced voltage. This is a motion of conductor. This plasma conductor. This one. And this is your magnetic field. This is one. This is your magnetic field. This is your motion of conductor. This is a motion of conductor, and this is your induced voltage. Now, the conducting flow fluid is forced between the plates with a kinetic energy and the pressure differential sufficient to overcome the magnetic induction force. The end view drawing illustrates the construction of the flow channel. See this. An ionized gas is employed as the conducting fluid. We have seen this also. This is where ionization is produced either by thermal means, that is, by an elevated temperature, or by seeding with substance like cesium or potassium vapors, which ionizes at relatively low temperatures. The atoms of seed element split off electrons. The presence of negatively charged electrons make the gas an electrical conductor. This is your compressor. This is your heater represented by QH. This is represented by WC. This is your generator. This is the generator is having load RL, and this is closed by this cooler QR. Now various magneto-hydrodynamic systems are. The magneto-hydrodynamic systems are broadly classified into two types. One is your open cycle system, and the second one is your closed cycle system. In the closed cycle system, we'll have liquid metal system. What is liquid metal system? We'll have detail when we will deal with closed cycle system. Let us go to open cycle system. Open cycle system is the fuel used may be oil through an oil tank or gasified coal through a coal gasification plant. This is a gasified coal. The fuel, that is gasified coal, oil or natural gas, is burnt in the combustor or combustion chamber as seen in the previous block diagram. The hot gases from combustor is then seeded with a small amount of ionized alkali metal, that is cesium or potassium, to increase the electrical conductivity of the gas. The seed material, generally potassium carbonate. The seed material generally we take is potassium carbonate. Is injected into the system, that is a combustion chamber, and the potassium is then ionized by the hot combustion gases at temperature of roughly 23 degrees centigrade to 2300 degrees centigrade to 2700 degrees centigrade. This is the temperature variation, 2300 degrees centigrade to 2700 degrees centigrade. We have seen this. Let's proceed further. This is another diagram to understand open cycle system. This is your coal for the coal processing. This is your coal processor. This is your combustor. At this coal processor, the coal is gasified. At the combustor, compressed air is sent. This is your seeding. This is your magneto-hydrodynamic meter generator. There is magnet placed like this, and we have seen in the principal diagram. This is DC converted to AC. The exhaust gases sent to air preheater or regenerator, that is seed recovery apparatus, and from this it is sent to purifiers. From purifiers there is two ways. One is to the stack, and from the stack flue gases are out into the atmosphere in the open atmosphere, and the another way is from purifier is sulfur and nitrogen is extracted or evolved into the out of the system. Open cycle system, to attain such high temperatures, the compressed air is used to burn coal in the combustion chamber and must be adequate to at least 1100 degrees centigrade. A lower preheat temperature would be adequate if the air is enriched in good quality of oxygen, good quality or quantity, pure oxygen. The magneto-hydrodynamic generator is a divergent channel made of a heat resistant alloy with external water cooling, and the hot gas expands through the rocket-like generator surrounded by powerful magnet. During motion of the gas, the positive and the negative ions have to move to the electrodes that constitute an electric circuit. The arrangement of the electrode connection is determined by the need to reduce the losses. By this effect, the magnetic field acts on the magneto-hydrodynamic generated current and produces a voltage and flow direction of the working fluid. This is your open cycle using conventional fuel. This is your fuel. Fuel is going to combustion chamber. From combustion chamber, it is going to expansion nozzle. This is the section of ionized gas generator. This is your magneto-hydrodynamic generator, that is plus, minus, that is your exhaust gases. From this it is heat exchanger. From heat exchangers we see the output is exhaust gases and input is your air. Air is flown into the heat exchanger. Also from heat exchanger it is going to the compressor. What compressor is doing? It is compressing and sending air into the combustion chamber. In this way the whole cycle is being completed. Now let us move towards closed cycle system. Two general types of closed cycle MSD generators are being investigated. The electrical conductivity is maintained. Electrical conductivity is maintained in the working fluid by ionization of a seeded material as in open cycle system. Ionization is important to maintain the conductivity, the electrical conductivity of the system. A liquid metal provides the conductivity. a liquid metal is introduced that provides the conductivity. The working fluid is circulated in a closed loop and is heated by combustion gases using a heat exchanger. Let us see how. Liquid metal system. When a liquid metal provides the electrical conductivity, it is called a liquid metal MSD system. An inert gas is a convenient carrier. An inert gas is a convenient carrier. This is the carrier gas is pressurized and heated by passes through a heat exchanger within combustion chamber, and the working fluid is introduced into the MSD generator through a nozzle. We have seen this in the diagram, the preceding diagram, in the usual ways. The carrier gas then provides the required high direct velocity of the electrical conductor. This is a liquid metal system. This is a nozzle. This is a nuclear reactor. This is a metal vapor. Okay, this is a drift tube or mixer. This is MSD generator. This is a MSD generator with magnets arranged as per the specification. This is going AC supply after inversion. This is from drift or mixer. You can see there is heat exchanger. There is boiler or heat exchangers. Okay. This is from this there is two way. The liquid metal is going to mixer and to conventional steam cycle. This is your liquid metal system. After passes through the generator, the liquid metal is separated from the carrier gases. Part of the heat exchanger to produce steam for operating a turbine generator. Finally, the carrier gas is cooled, compressed and turned to the combustion chamber for reheating and mixing with the recovered liquid metal. At lower operating temperature, the other magneto-hydrodynamic conversion system may be actually advantageous from the material standpoint of view, but the maximum thermal efficiency is lower. Advantages are the conversion efficiency of a magneto-hydrodynamic system can be around 50% much higher compared to most efficient steam plants. Still higher efficiencies are expected in future, around 60 to 65% with the improvements in experience and technology. Large amount of power is generated. In this system, large amount of power is generated. It has no moving parts, so no losses, so it is more reliable. You can rely more on this system. The closed cycle system produces power free of pollution, which is very important. It has ability to reach the full power level as soon as started. Pickup value is very fast. The size of the plant is considerably smaller than conventional fossil fuel plant, hence cost is much lower as comparison to the conventional fossil fuel plant. That's all in this video. I'll be coming with more topics of this subject. Till then, take care of yourself and thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.